Hello friends, so we have started a new programming series that is related to Java basic programming. So in that we are going to learn how to take input, how to convert that input into another format. Like if you have a string value and we want to in integer, we can do that. Like that we can take a input from a user in the string and we can reverse that. We can also do the input and we can use for other programming also. So we are going to do that in this programming series. So we are going to start with the first, that is input taking. So we have given a question like Java program to print an integer, and that integer are enter from the user. So we have given the question. So we have to print that integer that our user has enter. So you have given an input number as 10, and we have to print the input, and that will be the num equal to 10. So let's start directly to the program. So we have I have created a Java dot that is main dot Java class. So in that I have imported main method that will run this application and that will solve this problem by using main method. So in that we are going to import first class, so scanner class. This class, it will take the input from your user. So this is the standard method that we use in Java. So we have to use this class to take the input from user, and this is the easiest way to take input from user. So you can also use the buffer reader or that also, but here we are going to take in standard format, that is scanner class. So I will first create this class. So that is, yes, I will give a variable name as sc equal to new scanner dot. So before creating this, there is one method that is present in the sorry. So there is one constructor class that will take the input from user. So that is why we have to use system dot in, and that we will take the input from user. So that is why we have to use system dot in, that is input stream. So we have to do that. And if you don't give this system dot in, so it will not take the input from user. So it will take the input that we are going to insert. So I will insert as system. So it will take the input as a system and it will convert that into string. So we have to store that in string. So to store that, I will give the first variable name and data type, and I will take the input that is sc dot. So there are two methods that are present in scanner class that will use to take the input as a string. So the first one is the next. So it will take the input from user also, and second one is next line. So it will take also the input from in the form of string. So I will tell you about this method. So I will take the first as a next. So this will take the input like if you have system and in. So we have this word that are you have enter in the from user. So this next method will which will take only this name and it will return the name. And if you use the next line method, so it will take this whole line and it will print that line. So that is the only difference in the next and next line. So we are using the only next because we have only one word. So that is why we are taking that. And we are going to print that. That is system dot out dot println and name. So I'm going to print that. So first I will give some like variable. That is what is mean by that. After name plus. So it will print that name in the form of that we have given. So it will take as an input and it will print that. So that is why we have to write system.in. So it will take the input from user. So that is the thing. So back to the question. So we have to take the input in the form of integer. So I will first print that like enter the number. So it will enter the number. So and to store that, I have to use integer data type. So you can do that. You can also use as a integer. That is not a problem. Then I will give store in the num variable. And to use the that is to take the input from user in the integer format, there is one method that is next init. So it will take the input from user. So scan the next token of the input as an integer format. So this is the me method that will take the input is in integer format. So we have to use that. So that is the thing. And to print that, I'm going to use system dot out dot println. So it will print that number directly. To print that, I will just give some text that is uh, input taken from user and plus I will print the number that is num. So it will print that. Sorry. So I will save the file and I will so before starting the code, so I have to also it will give some like this error that resource list sc is not ever closed. So you can also close that directly sc dot close. So it will close that this scanner class directly. So to check the result, I'm going to start the application. So first it will ask the enter the number. So we have given the number that is 10. So I'm going to enter that and I'm going to just enter the tab that is a keypad. So it will give the input taken from user is 10. So we have get the required result. And if you I'm going to start the again application. So if you enter the any alphabetical that is word, so it will give exception because this is not integer. So it will give the exception that is input mismatch exception. So we have to use the exception that is in we can learn in the exception exception technology. So that will solve that in one other program. So we have to just remember that we have to pass only integer. So we can pass any integer like 1, 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 5, and it will give the input as 1, 4, 5. So there is a limit in that we can't insert the that are in between like after completing the 2 to the power 31 minus 1 if you try to insert that number so that will not store this in this that in this integer data type. So that is why we have to take care of the limit also. So this is all about input taking in the form of integer. So thank you. So we will see you in the next video.